Hey beauties, and welcome back to IAmBeautifulHustlerTV. I am back with another video, and today I'll be showing you guys my updated lace wigs. This is just one of the patterns from my updated wig collection, and this is a HD lace 13x4 lace frontal wig, and this is raw hair in the inches 30. Now I'm just showing y'all what the wig looks like. Y'all can see the HD is true lace, true HD lace. It does have combs in the inside. It is 30 inches straight. It is pre-plucked, and it is raw hair. Y'all know how I feel. Quality over quantity any day. I don't want to sell nothing cheap, nothing that ain't worth the money. So yes, I sell the top quality, okay? And today we'll be doing this install, which is a side part swoop look on this client today. Now this is a 30-inch straight wig, as I mentioned, and not only is my wigs top quality, but when I say true to length, it's like an understatement, because honestly, the length that it tells you the wig, you know, like the length it says the wig is, it always looks longer than what it say it is. Like if I'm confusing you, don't worry, I'm going to explain it right now. Like this is my 30-inch straight wig, but on my client it looks like a 34, 36, and I did ask my client for her height, because I know some people do ask me, hey, if I'm 5 feet, such and such and such, how would this length, you know, fit on me? Like, where should it stop? And my client today is 5'7". Y'all hear me, y'all? She's 5'7". Me, I'm only 5 feet. So if I would have put this wig on, it would have been all down my butt, probably behind my thighs, and I'm not capping y'all, because on my 5'7" client, she installed this 30-inch wig by me, which is her right now, who I'm showing that I'm doing, and this wig still passed her butt. It was damn near by her thighs, okay? So like I said, true to length is an understatement. With my wigs and my brand, even if they tell you it's one length, it's gonna look way longer than what it says it is. That way y'all actually get to save y'all some coins, because if y'all want really, really long hair, you don't have to necessarily spend really, really long money, because my wigs are gonna give you that extra length that you're looking for without having, you know, without having to break your pockets. But if you do wanna go all out, because I do sell up to 40 inches, baby, do you, okay? Do you. It's all up to you what you like. But you know, I love my wigs. They are top quality. And I'm also going to be adding closure wigs to my site as well, so be on the lookout for that. But nevertheless, okay y'all, so what I did was I went ahead and bleached the knots on my wig, and now you know, I did pluck it just a little. I didn't have to go too crazy with the plucking, simply because we were going to do a swoop, and plus you know, the wig already came pre-plucked. So I did go ahead and bleach the knots, and I did do some plucking. But usually, y'all know, before I install my wigs, I prep it and do the hot combing and, you know, the glam wax and everything. I did not do that today, so I'm just going to do it during the installation, so you guys can kind of see what I do. So after I did her bald cap, I cleaned her hairline, I sprayed the Beautiful Hustler skin protectant, and then I applied 4 layers of my lace melt. But of course, on camera, I only showed you guys 1 layer, because I do this step in every video, so I know y'all get the hang of it by now. And as she's holding that wig, I did take my glam wax stick and I applied that wax stick all over the front of her hairline. And now I'm going in with the hot comb to really, you know, flatten out the root area before we tie it down with the melt belt. And I know a lot of people do ask, you know, down in the comments, where's my hot comb from? This hot comb is from Kendra's Boutique. This is the same hot comb that Slay by Jordan uses. I saw him using it. I asked him, hey, where you get this, you know, flat iron from, the flat ironing comb from, hot comb, whatever y'all call it. But I asked him where he got it from. He told me Kendra's Boutique. And my sister Lala went and bought it for me for Christmas. She actually bought me one, and she bought Joyce one as well. So, you know, that was our Christmas gift from her. So yes, this Kendra Boutique's flat iron comb, hot comb, is the SHIT. I absolutely love it. It gets super hot, up to 500 degrees. So it's going to give you exactly what it's supposed to give. And that's just on period. Okay, y'all? But nevertheless, after I went ahead and let that melt belt sit, I removed it. And now I'm just going to cut off the extra lace from around the ears, and then also go in with that lace glider and cut off the extra lace across the hairline. And you know, y'all always just want to make sure that you apply the hairline, the glue, to match your person's hairline. That way when you go in to cut off the extra lace, it should match their natural hairline perfectly. So once I go ahead and get everything cut off, I will go ahead and get started with the styling process. So I went ahead and raised it off this side. But usually how I pull all the hair down from ear to ear to the baby hairs, for this side, because the swoop is going to fall this way, I'm only going to pull down the baby hair section for the sideburn, because only the sideburn is going to show. So there is no need to pull all of those hairs down. So at first, y'all see, I started to do it because I'm so used to that, technique. But then I realized, like, oh, this is going to be covered up. I'm not even going to waste my time and slay no baby hair. It's just going to get covered up. So I'm only going to pull down a section for the sideburn over here. And I will be doing like the vintage, swoop around loop baby hairs on the sides. I think those are really, really cute, especially with this look. And another thing I'm going to do is, instead of cutting the baby hairs super short, I'm going to keep them kind of long so I can get that nice one side swoop effect around that parting area, which you guys will see later on. But however, because I am doing the baby hairs on this side, I will cut that lace off and just pull down the baby hair section on just half of the head, and then still spray the hairline and tie it down with that melt belt again. But for right now, I'm just going to razor that off, pull down this section, and begin my parting preparations for the styling. y'all know, I love doing curved parts, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my C part. Yeah, but that's what it's called. I'm gonna go ahead and get my C part going, and y'all know I'm gonna, neaten up my part with the Tresemme, not the Tresemme, but the actual wax stick and a hot comb, and just, get that little surrounding area nice and sleek. Now, the parting placement for your swoop look, it does have, it can have a different look based on where you're placing your part. The deeper you do your side part, the more swooped across the face your swoop would be. The higher you place your parting, the less swooped across the face that your swoop would be. Okay, I know it sounds a little confusing, but I think y'all get what I'm trying to say. So I did kind of like it was kind of like a deep side part, but it wasn't like extremely deep. But I just did it deep enough so that way her swoop can really be like swooped. I know some people don't like it to swoop across their eyebrows. Me personally, when I do my swoop, I feel like the purpose of a swoop is to swoop. You know what I'm saying? So I really swoop my swoops, okay? And my client today, she was like, I said, do you want a swoop or do you want a swoop? She was like, no, I want a swoop, like cover the eyebrow and all. So that's the kind of swoops I like to do on myself. And I was happy that my client agreed that we like the same type of swooping effect. So that's why I did somewhat of that deep side part so we can really give her what she wanted. And I just want to talk a little bit about the qualities of this hair. Yes, I mentioned before it's HD lace. Yes, I mentioned before it's a HD lace frontal. And I just want to clarify the difference between a 13x4 and a lace frontal wig. Now, when you have the regular 13x4s, you only have their 4-inch parting space in the middle of the wig, okay? You have about like 4 inches wide and part back like 4 inches in the center, but on the sides of a lace front wig, it's only about 2 inches of parting space. And that is your 13x4 frontal wig, like lace front wig, okay? I'm sorry, I'm confusing y'all. Let me say that again, because I just kind of confused myself. Let me slow down for y'all. The difference between a lace frontal wig and a lace front wig is that a lace front is a 13x4, which means you only have 4 inches of parting space in the middle, and the side parting space is about 1 or 2 inches. Now, a lace frontal wig is full parting space, ear to ear, 4 inches wide, 13 inches wide and 4 inches deep. So with the lace frontal, it's like having a lace frontal in bundles, versus a lace front wig is just lace, enough parting space in the middle, but just a little parting space on the sides. So that's why I upgraded my wigs to the lace frontal. That way you can have full parting range from ear to ear. You don't have to, you get more creative range with your styling versus a regular lace front. So let's just go ahead and we're just gonna throw lace fronts out at this point, because if you're gonna spend the money on quality wigs, you want to be able to do way more with your wigs. And that's why I upgraded to the full lace frontal wigs. And let me talk a little bit about the density, because I know someone is gonna know. Now, for her 30-inch straight wig, we are using 150% density, okay? And even though it's only 150, it is still full. It's not thin. It's not like, let me add bundles to thicken it up. No, you don't have to worry about that, okay? So I do sell inches, 12 inches up to 30 inch, and they're still full at 150% density, but my wigs that are 32 inch to 40 inch are 180% density, so they're even fuller because they're longer. And usually longer hair is thinner, but we won't have that issue, because as our wigs surpass the 30 inches to the 40-inch range, we do up our density. That way your wig is still long, luxurious, and full, okay? So I just wanted to put that out there, because I know somebody's gonna wonder, and instead of asking in the comments, I'm just gonna let you guys know what the gag is up front, okay? So that's just the tea about the quality of the wigs. And when I say raw hair, I mean you can bleach your hair as light as you want. You can go, if you want to bleach to 30, you can. If you want to bleach to 27, you can. If you want to bleach to 613 and have different tones of highlights, this hair does it all, okay? And I will show you guys proof, because I'm going to reinstall my 34-inch Gorilla Glue wig that everybody's been asking about. I'm going to reinstall it and highlight that wig and show you guys, like, when I say quality, I mean quality. Like, I don't play that around here, you know. I don't waste people. I don't like when people waste. I don't like when I feel like I wasted my money, and I don't want none of my beauties to feel like they wasted their money. So I'm just giving y'all the real and the raw. But nevertheless, y'all see I had went ahead and, you know, hot combed the baby hair spot. I hot combed the top part where the swoop is gonna be, so it could be super, super, super flat. And, you know, now I'm just, you know, letting that melt belt sit after spraying that holding spray and applying a light foundation across the hairline. I'm just letting that sit until it completely dry. But in the meantime, I'm just going to finish hot combing everything around that parting area, so when it's time to swoop, we don't have no issues. Everything is flat and we can get her laid, okay? So I know I'm giving y'all a lot of information at once and trying to explain, but just stick with me, y'all. Just try to understand what I'm saying and just keep on watching. Okay, y'all, so now that we went ahead and removed that melt belt, it has completely melted her lace into her skin. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the baby hairs done first before we actually do the swoop. Doing it this way is so much easier. Instead of swooping and try to do your baby hairs, just get your baby hairs out the way and just do your swoop. Once you do your swoop, you know, all you gotta do is conceal, black spray if necessary, because it's not always needed with every style, but if it is needed, you know, you can do that step. But I just did the baby hairs first because it made this process much easier. So, of course, you know, you want to hot comb everything behind the baby hair, you know, area. That way it's just nice and smooth, and you can smooth your baby hairs right into it. So, I'm going to cut my baby hairs long. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I said that usually I cut them short, but today I'm going to cut them long, like 1 inch, 1.5 inch type long. That way when I do my swoop, it is super easy for me to do. But I'm going to start by doing the sideburn area on the opposite side first, because the swoop is going to go this way, so it will only be that one baby hair. So I'm just going to use some Got To Be gel, and I do use that black Got To Be gel container, and I'm just going to apply it to my, and I'm going to call it what one of my beauties commented below, the sleigh tray. I love that name, so shout out to you, boo, if y'all watching this video. Girl, good idea. I love the name. I'm going to be using sleigh tray for the little watch bands to, you know, apply your product. So I'm gonna just say sleigh tray from now on, okay, y'all? Until I add it to the site. So I did apply that black bottle of the Got To Be gel onto my sleigh tray, and I'm just kind of prepping her swoop. Not gonna do the swoop yet, but just I want all the hair to just be flat and laid over neatly. And I'm going to take the hot comb and just press it, you know, the direction that it's going to fall a little bit to it. I did burn my finger, y'all, but at least I ain't burn my client. Burn yourself before you burn your client, y'all, because they will never stop talking about that. And they're going to talk about it with other stylists too, okay? So, yes, I'm going to cut the baby hairs long, about 1 inch to maybe 2 inches. Y'all can see right there, it's pretty long. But I want it to be long for this look that I'm going for. I wanted more so of the long swoops for the baby hair area. So I'm really going to take my time and just swoop it. Like I mentioned, I will be using that Got To Be gel. So just apply as much as needed to get your hair nice, sleek, and rounded. Take your time, and if any hairs is out of place, like that one little hair that's separated from the rest of the swoop, I'm just going to tweeze that right out my way. Like if you're doing baby hairs, I know sometimes other little hairs like flyaways could just get stuck and just be, you know, messing up your whole flow. I just tweeze all those little hairs out to get it out my way, and I can really get that clean, polished, you know, look with my final touches. So I'm going to end up tweezing that one little baby hair in the front that's just like separated from everything else. And right about now, yes, picking it up and pull it out, and you see it made a big difference on how that baby hair was looking. But yes, so I went ahead and removed that. And for the sideburn, I am going to do the little, you know, hook swoop type of look. This is how Arrogant Tay does his baby hairs when he be doing like the little side parts like that. But you know, he probably used like the mousse method, so it looks softer. But honestly, I like using gel for baby hairs. I can use mousse, but when you use mousse, you will have to do extra steps with your installation. And yes, your baby hairs will look soft and everything, but they're not gonna last long. Versus with the Got To Be gel, your baby hairs will be cute and they will be in place. Okay, so it's your preference, it's up to you. You can do this with the mousse method, or you can do this with the gel method, or you can do this with the holding spray method. It's just whatever works best for you. But I'm just going to use the gel today and get her swooped, and it's going to be blow dried, and it's going to stay put. So while she's wearing her hair like this, she ain't got to worry about her baby hairs moving no time soon. But however, once I finish laying these baby hairs, I will go ahead and get into the swoop. So now it's time to get the swoop going. So what I like to do before I even start swooping anything, I spray the top of this swoop area with the holding spray. That way I'm training the hair to fall the direction that I want it to go. And like my beautiful client mentioned, she said, girl, swoop me, cross the eyebrow, whatever you gotta do, but just get me swooped. And you know, I have to deliver to my beauties at all times. But when I do my swoops, I like to do it in 2 sections, okay? Don't try to force yourself to swoop everything at once and mold everything at once and get it sleek all at once. If you have to do it in sections, do it in sections. So what I do first is I take I kind of split my section in 2, but I work with the back part first. Like I use the back part of the swoop and put that into place and mold it with the holding spray. And then once the back piece is laid and into place, that's when I go in with the front half, and then I swoop it into place as well. And depending on how deep you want to swoop it, that's up to you. I know my client said she want to cover her brow, so we gave her that nice brow swoop. Just make sure all the hairs is together. I hate to see the separations in swoops. Like I don't want to see forehead in between the swoop. And yes, it can happen. You just have to add more holding spray and just make sure you're combing those hair out, the hairs out as neatly and as thin as possible. So if you do see, like it's all molded together and it starts to like crack a little bit, just go back in, comb it gently, and apply more holding spray so everything is in place. So I will go ahead and do that as well if I see it starts to crack later on. But once you get it swooped, just add as much holding spray as you need, but still try to get that not too crunchy looking, but you just wanted to know that like it's in place. And as y'all can see by her reaction, she is feeling it, period. Ooh, ooh, yes, Miss Mamas, let them know. Period. So yes, y'all know I already called myself the underrated goat because I'm so underrated, but it's all gonna change very soon. Like they try to dim the light on, God gonna shine it. So it ain't no worries, period. But I'm gonna still keep bringing my beauties all the real teas, and that's just what that's going to be. All right, y'all, so just vibe with me. We getting this together. After you get your swoop in place, you want to take you some bobby pins, and for her I used about like 3 bobby pins and just secured it. And I placed one bobby pin going upwards, like from her ear on up to the top of her scalp. I placed one upward, and then I placed another bobby pin downward to kind of like intersect with the one that's going upward to just really hold it into place. And I just add a third one there just to, you know, make sure it's really secure, because you don't want to wake up in the morning and your swoop on the other side of your head, okay? So apply about 3 to 4 bobby pins and then go back in one more time and mold your swoop. You can go ahead and add you some oil sheen. I'm going to, you know, black spray her part and everything, but y'all see how the baby hairs is looking. We is cute, we is laid, never played. And right now I'm just taking some Fantasia's heat protectant, and I'm gonna go in with my flat iron comb and just press the hair out. I'm not gonna show all that in detail because flat iron is pretty much simple, anyone can do it. And I just took some of her foundation and applied it in the parting area, and I'm just going back in with the black spray, and I'm gonna go back in with the concealer once again and just, you know, conceal that part up to give it that really, really nice and sleek, clean effect. And after I do that, I'm just going to add a little bit of that Motions oil sheen. Listen, I don't know who need to hear this, but putting all that oil in your hair, making it greasy and stuck together and it look wet, that's a no-no, okay? When you are applying oil to hair, you just put the bare minimum, okay? A little bit would take you a long way. And please, if you are using wig shine, throw it away today, okay? No wig shine. I tell my clients absolutely no wig shine. You can use your little heat protectant to give you some shine. You can use a little oil sheen, but just a little bit. Do not over oil your hair or your installs, because it's going to look old and a mess way faster, okay? And most of the time, once your stylist adds some oil to your hair, you don't need to add no more until 2 weeks later, okay? I'm just putting that out there. I know somebody needed to hear this. Laugh now, but learn later, okay? For real, y'all. Y'all know I got to keep my beauties on point. But nevertheless, I went ahead and oil sheened her up. And this is the finishing look. As y'all can see, as I mentioned, she is 5'7", and them 30 inches is well past her booty. So make sure you guys click the link in the bio or click the link down below and shop with your girl, Beautiful Hustler. Till next time, beauties. Peace out. Swoop.